So yes, the moment is finally here. I'm here to talk about Wakfu Season 4. I just got done watching it, like, technically last weekend, but I need to find a good time to make the video. So here I am today talking about it. It's funny, it came a long way, because I remember doing the Kickstarter for this back during, 2020 of spring, during COVID time, and I was making good money at COVID time, and then I was on my computer during the break room, and I was like, whoa, man, there's Kickstarter for Wakfu. Now I was excited because it's been like 3 years since season 3 came out, and we didn't know if season 4 was gonna happen or not. But that was when Netflix had it. But this time they wanted to do it themselves. They want to do a Kickstarter campaign. So I'm like, I'm all in. I was very excited. This was my first time doing a Kickstarter campaign. So yeah. So some years later, near the end of 2024, I received the package, and that's all she wrote. And there's the things I got with the package. This hat that says Wakfu Producer. Yeah, it's too big for me, maybe because of my hair, but yeah, it's big for me. Next is this pen that says Producer, and it has the feather of the Brotherhood of the Tofu. What else we got is this Wakfu trading card of QB. I like the design because it's like a totem pole. Don't really care for the back. I couldn't read that, but I don't like the material it's made of. It's too flimsy. Design's cool, but I don't think I'll be getting more cards. Next, I got this little cool QB figurine. He looks all chaotic and mischievous, the main villain of season 2 and stuff. He makes a return, by the way, in season 4. Cool stuff. Next, I got the Blu-ray of it. Yes, Blu-ray. It is unopened because, well, I got the digital versions of it. Let's just put it like that. I got the digital versions. And my favorite piece, the Wakfu art book. Yes, the art book. This is the thickest art book I have so far. It is the thickest one. All the others, based on TV shows and video games and movies and other stuff, are not even thick as this one. This is the thickest one so far. Amazing stuff. I love it. Love it. Love it. Now, before I get into it, let's talk about season 3. I already reviewed season 3, but all I want to say is that when I was rewatching the entire show again, I realized that season 3, which was being done by Netflix, they were reusing a lot of scenes from other seasons. Like when Dolly was running into action, I noticed that some of it was from season 1, or when Yugo was launching in at Nox, they reused that scene. Or the scene where QB's fighting Yugo, they're reusing scenes from there, or even from the OVA at the end of the third OVA, where Gutar is making fun of Dali for missing his arm. He's doing a silly little dance. He's in that scene. A lot of reused scenes are in season 3. So not only season 3 was very one direction, meaning it was very adventurous, but more just one mission and stuff. It left people kind of disappointed. I still enjoyed it, but I felt like it was missing something. So I'm guessing after what happened with Netflix, they're like, you know what, we just want to do our own thing, and we're just going to do our own season through the Kickstarter. And I'm glad they did. It was the best decision they ever made. I wish more studios would do Kickstarters and stuff like that, because some anime studios did too, for like Dropkick on My Devil or Sugumomo. They did it, and they rose money over a day, and they were able to do another season. Heck, Dropkick on My Devil has 3 seasons. It's only supposed to have 1 season, but it has 3 seasons thanks to Kickstarter campaigns. So these things work. Because you have the fan base for it, they will fund these things for you immediately, especially if you're a big, well-known studio. They will do it. So I'm glad that they did that. Now, that being said, let's get on to it. So season 4, like I said, is better. The animation is smoother, is original, is just sublime. Superashi. It is nice. My god, in the fight scenes, there is no flash animation whatsoever in this. No flash animation. Flash animation can be good, is the reason why I like Wakfu. It has some of the best flash animation I've ever seen in a show. It feels like it was done with passion. And this was done with extra hot passion. By the way, season 4. It is amazing. So season 4 ends exactly where season 3 left off. The group escapes the explosion of the Ilia Cube and the Dofus, and Oripo and Echo dying. So now they're in the land of the gods, but no one is there. It's empty. So Orpo's plan was all in vain. It really was. So they go out there. The baby gets affected by his very first Shushu. So, by the way, Shushu is a demon of that world that craves destruction. They can't go inside, live inside of the world physically, so they most of the times have to be sealed inside of something, and then someone will take the weapon or object. They could, if they're not careful enough, they could be possessed by the object, and the Shushu will take over their body and stuff like that. But if you live the Shushu long enough and respects you, you will be able to use its power for yourself. So there's that. So that being said, they also discover Yugo's mom. Yugo's mom is the goddess of the heliotropes. Yes, the goddess of the heliotropes is here, and she looks for a new place for her children. And like I said, Hubie returns as well with another character, Nora, as well, and the other heliotrope children. She explains where she's been and why she hasn't been part of the legends. Remember, there are 12 gods in the Land of 12, but technically there are 13 species. But however, her species is not known for the heliotropes because they're not part of the 12 species, because they exist somewhere else. However, the reason because of this is because of what happened to the goddess. The goddess was trapped on a planet that was absorbing her Wakfu for God knows how long, feeding these people called Necros. These people misused their dofus, and it pretty much backlashed on them. You know, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of Black Pearl, where they can't die, they're immortal, but they can't eat because everything they eat turns to ash. They're always hungry. That's the Necros. They're always hungry for Wakfu. So they've been feeding out of her, but she escaped. But when she escaped, they found a way to create portals, and now they are in Yugo's world, trying to gather all the Wakfu there is. Now, this villain is pretty cool. It is a very cool villain. But again, Wakfu always had cool villains. Nox was probably one of the best villains ever. Hubie is very charismatic. Orpo was freaking good, and this guy is also amazing. So once again, another good villain to be shown in the season of Wakfu and stuff like that. And I guess you can say for the OVAs, the Ogress was also a cool villain, but you have to watch his special movie to understand the Ogress and stuff like that. How he was just this innocent creature who was just looking for friends and fell in love with one of the Sedita's dolls, and he was tricked, which caused him to become mad with the dofus of the World 12 and started to flood the place. So there's that. So anyways, this is way better than season 3, not just because of the animation, but also the pacing and the story. You see, what season 3 lacked was the adventure, the world itself. It was only focused on a tower, and it just felt like it was just in this tower, and it was stretched out, even though there was a reason for that. It just felt, nothing else was going on. And besides that, in this one, things were happening all over the place. You were going to different worlds, you were going to different places. Things were happening, but it didn't feel like it was being crammed in or rushed, which is great. So that's why people really enjoy season 4. Season 2 was my favorite season, but now season 4 is my now favorite season. It is great. The music, the animation, everything's all original. No reused stuff whatsoever. It's great. Now, that being said, we also see the characters, like I said, on their own little daily lives. Dally and his family goes back with Gutard. And speaking of Gutard, this is probably the first time ever Gutard can actually stay in a place and be happy. If you don't know Gutard's origins of being the son of a yacht god, he was cursed to always have this miserable life of people always trying to kill him, challenge him, and hurt those around him. So he would lead him to misfortunate events where he'll be cursed or someone around her he cares will die, and he'll lose control and destroy a lot of things. He went through a lot, is all I'm saying. So Gutard's happy. So in the panda that also caused their place to be destroyed, built it back up. Now he's living with them too. And speaking of that family, a mysterious Krar who was in prison escapes prison just by walking out the front gates, joins them. And apparently this is Evangeline's father. And this dude is the greatest Krar of all time because he can hear everything around the world. He is blind, but he can hear everything. Literally hear everything. That is freaking amazing. And he was able to know everything that Evangeline and her family was up to all the way up until season 3 because they were in a different dimension. So he lost track of them and didn't know what happened to them. But all he knew is that as long as Dally is around them, things would terribly happen. So he went to go there to ask Dally to leave, but they refused. Roll went with his wife back to his house, but she was upset to tell you he only cared about his fortune, so she took the fortune and started spreading it across the world for those in need, and Roar was chasing her down and stuff. Well, Amelia went back to her kingdom where her father died, brother is now king, and they're trying to get along and stuff. And Yugo is trying to be with his family, and do things, and that's pretty much it. Their adventures eventually come and collide towards the end, but mainly things are happening with the Sadia Kingdom, and Yugo's part is the Sadia Kingdom. It cannot be a Wakfu adventure if the Sadia Kingdom is not being attacked. Maybe that was also missing in season 3. Sadia Kingdom was not being attacked. The thing about in season 1. Well, I don't think it was being attacked in season 2, but it was some missing stuff that was going on inside the Kingdom. But in the OVAs, even the Kingdom was being attacked because they're the most important kingdom inside the world of 12 because their trees accumulate the most Wakfu out of everyone, and it spreads across the world. So they are the lungs of that world, as they said in the show. Makes a lot of sense. So a lot of cool things happen. I'm not going to get into it, but it's amazing. Now there is the OVA, well, the special called Oracle, and it showed what Oracle was up to before Yugo was born and stuff into that world. Pretty much him and the gang were trying to get out of Wakfu. They fought Google Lordland and stuff and Chibi. They killed Chibi, Google Lordland's brother, and then Google Lordland took Oracle's soul, put it into the Ilia Cube, and chucked it across the world, which was a bad mistake because that's when Nox found the Ilia Cube, and he used it to start the chaos within season 1. For over 100 years, he was gathering Wakfu by destroying and absorbing other people's stuff, and it caused that. So that makes a lot of good sense. So yes. And by the way, season 5 is last season, and it's already being funded. I already got my funded in, and I cannot wait to see it. I probably won't see it until like 2028. But hey, I can wait. So anyways, that's all I got for this video. Wakfu is amazing. You should go watch it. It is awesome. I think the only place you can watch Wakfu is YouTube. Yeah, it's on YouTube right now. You can watch it on YouTube, all the seasons. So what are you waiting for? Go watch it. It's amazing. First 2 seasons are wacky and crazy, but it gets mature as time goes on and stuff like that. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox. I'm Anime. Signing out.